In my opinion, there's many things that disqualify Chupacabra Harris for President of the United States. The border and the Afghanistan withdrawal are at the top of my list, but refusing to talk to the media or the American people without there being a stadium with teleprompters should be another one, because this is flat out embarrassing. Yesterday, Kamala had 3 opportunities to talk to the press. All 3 times, she acted like Biden 2.0 by ignoring the media.
Madam Vice President.
We know the reason why they didn't let Biden speak, because of his dementia, and they were worried he was going to slip up and say something racist. But there's no excuse to not let Kamala speak to the media. It makes you wonder the conversations she has with her staff. Comrade Kamala, you're not particularly received well by the media because you keep whipping out accents like crackheads whip out their thang out at subway stations. So we all find it best if you keep your mouth shut. Then you won't talk about all the nightclubs you went to back in the day. But while Donald Trump was boots on the ground in the hurricane-affected states, bringing truckloads full of water, food, oil, as well as staying up at midnight last night speaking to Elon Musk to get communication back and running, standard issue leadership things. What do you think our supreme leaders of Joe Biden and Slopaflopolo were doing?
People in Western North Carolina were drowning in their houses this weekend. Others were losing everything. President Biden was at his beach house, and Vice President Harris was hosting political fundraisers on the West Coast. Is there a reason that they could not be here?
The president did exactly what a president in this moment needs to do, which is directing his team to take action.
I wonder if this administration has ever heard of leading with presence, because I don't think so, and I understand the president is the king of delegating tasks, but if you don't show up to check people's work or show up when people are in need the most, what kind of leader are you? Let's take a look at what an average citizen's response to this kind of leadership is.
Do you think the government is doing enough?
Honestly, I don't know how you did not have a formal press conference or something from either President Biden or Kamala Harris. I mean, how do you not say anything for 4 days? They've been stranded for 4 days, and this is the first we've heard from them at all. FEMA is not on the ground there at all. They are not in these cities, not in these towns, and not in these villages.
Does your relative have food? Does she have water? Did she have the medication she needs?
They have a minimal amount of water. They have a minimal amount of food. They were able to get slightly down the mountain to get a little bit of gas, but they haven't been able to cut their way out yet.
When you say cut their way out, what do you mean?
There's trees down. You have to have chainsaws up there to get the trees out of the roads, and that is if the mudslides didn't take the roads out completely. I can not even tell you how many families, even here outside of Charlotte, that are looking for their loved ones up in that area. No one knows anything.
I think I'll leave it at that. The lack of leadership is insane. Anyways, tonight is the J.D. Vance-Tim Walz debate, and presumed to be gay man Tim Walz is locking himself in a room with gay man Pete Butt to do debate prep. Allegedly debate prep. Probably to try to memorize an answer to all his stolen valor allegations. Unfortunately, because J.D. Vance is actually an Iraq veteran, it will make it much more difficult to get away with lying about his rank and where he deployed to. I have the confidence that JD will destroy him because I've been impressed with how JD answers questions to the media, particularly bait-like questions like all the DEI stuff.